Hello everybody, welcome to another interesting video on verbal ability from CareerRide. Today we'll see some spot the error type of problems from the topic pronouns. And as all of you know, this is a very important topic from the point of view of a placement test and your entrance exams also. So pay attention. The first sentence given to you here is, "Let me assure you, each of these men are sincere and hardworking," said the manager. Now, if you want, you can try to answer these questions for yourself. You can pause the video here and try to answer each of these questions for yourself and then see for my explanation. Okay. And those of you who want to go along with me, let's go ahead. Let me assure you, this part doesn't seem to have a problem. Each of these men are. Now, this is the part that has got a problem in it. Each, this word each, it is a distributive pronoun. We have seen that. Okay. And it works as a singular. It works as a singular. And since it works as a singular, it requires singular verbs and singular pronouns with it. Which means that this verb should not be are, it should be is. Right? Let me assure you, each of these men is sincere and hardworking, said the manager, is what you should say. Okay? Now, sentence number 2. This bottle has more water than either of the 5 bottles on the table. And the fourth part is no error. Now see, this is a very common type of mistake that they will give you in the exam. This bottle has more water, no mistake here, than either. This word either, it is used for two things when you have got two things, but we have got 5 bottles here. So it should be any one of the 5 bottles. We have seen all of this in the concepts, right? The video on concepts that we did, we have seen all of these things. Coming to sentence number 3. Increased trade between two countries decreases their incentives to attack one another, leading to a stable and peaceful network of military and trade alliances. Now, a little lengthy sentence, but these are the type of sentences that actually scare you in the exam. And they scare you because they are lengthy. But trust me, these sentences can also become very easy for you. How? If you just try to apply your concepts. If you try to apply your concepts, things will become very easy for you. Otherwise, you'll just keep wondering where the error is, right? Increased trade between two countries decreases their incentives to attack one another. Two countries, right? And one another. They are contradictory, right? For two things, when we are talking, we have learnt in reciprocative pronouns. When we are talking about two things, it means not one another. It is each other. Right? Each other is what you say. Increased trade between two countries decreases their incentives to attack each other, leading to a stable and peaceful network. So, it is this part number 1 that has got a mistake in it. Now see, while solving the last 3 sentences, you must have noticed that I am continuously trying to draw your attention towards the concepts of the topic and their importance. So if at any point of time during this exercise you feel that your concepts of pronouns are not clear, please don't ignore them. Because the problem with most of the students is, the problem is not that they are not able to solve the questions. The problem is that they choose to ignore the concepts. They do not give time to improve upon their concepts. Okay. So please don't do that. If you want to, make sure that you crack your exam. This is the first video on verbal ability pronouns topic that carries all the concepts, and everything has been explained to you in a very easy and lucid manner. Make sure that you do watch this video, and once you have watched this video, your concepts will be clear and you will be able to practice this fill in the blanks type of questions very easily. Okay, and most of the questions I'm sure you will get correct once your concepts are clear. Okay, and with this, let's move on to the next set of sentences. Okay, now sentence number 4. The African Grey Parrots are the medium-sized birds who are famous for their ability to talk and mimic sounds. Now, which part of this sentence has got a mistake in it? Try to answer it for yourself. The African Grey Parrots are the medium-sized birds. No mistake here. The mistake is actually in the second part of the sentence. And what is the mistake? The mistake is this word who. Who is what here? Who is a relative pronoun here, and it is relating to the noun, the birds. But we have learned that who is used for human beings, right? The pronoun that you should use here is what? You should use that. that are famous for their ability to talk and mimic sounds. Okay. Sentence number 5. If you have pulled up by your bootstraps, you have achieved success by your own efforts. Okay. Now, where is the mistake? The mistake is actually in the first part of the sentence. If you have pulled yourself, we have learned what? We have learned reflexive pronouns. There is no object here, so you are the object yourself. If you have pulled yourself up by your bootstraps is what you should say. Okay. Sentence number 6. If one uses right hand for eating, then the left hand should be used for serving oneself from the common utensil. Okay. So now this sentence is regarding the table manners. Fantastic. If one uses right hand for eating, there is no mistake here, then the left hand should be used for serving oneself from the common utensil. Okay. Actually, there is no error in this sentence. Why? Because in this sentence, they were actually trying to test your understanding about oneself. You have one here, so oneself here. And this is what this sentence intended to test. Let's move on to the next one. Sentence number 7. Here lives a young man with whom I would like to converse. And the fourth part is no error. Now try to answer this for yourself. Which part of this sentence has a mistake in it? Here lives a young man. No mistake here. With whom I would like to converse. Okay, now this is the second part of the sentence that has got a mistake in it. Okay. Now what is the mistake? This with. This is what? This is a preposition, right? And preposition take object with them, while who is what? Who is a subject. To make it an object, what do we require? We require whom, right? Because this is an object and prepositions require object with them, right? We have learnt all of this. So remove this who and write whom. With whom I would like to converse. Okay. Sentence number 8. The manager pointed to a parcel lying on the floor whose challan had been cancelled. Now, which part of this sentence has got a mistake in it? The manager pointed to a parcel. Okay, this is fine. Lying on the floor, no mistake. Whose the challan had been cancelled. Okay, this seems something odd to me. Okay, and this is the part that has got a mistake in it. Why? Because this word whose, this is a mistake here. We are talking about a non-living thing. That is a parcel. The parcel is lying on the floor and its challan has been cancelled, right? So this should be what? It should not be whose. It should be of which. Of which the challan had been cancelled. Sentence number 9. The root cause of the problem is that everybody here have an opinion, but no one is willing to take decisions. Now see, this is again a little lengthy sentence, and these are the type of sentences that actually scare you in the exams. But as I've always told you, pay attention to the concepts, and they will apply even to the lengthy sentences also. The root cause of the problem is that, no mistake here, everybody here have. The mistake is actually here in the second part of the sentence. This is the second part of the sentence which has got a mistake in it. Everybody. Everybody is a singular. It behaves as a singular. It is a distributive pronoun we have seen. Everybody here has is what you say. It takes singular verbs with it. It takes singular pronouns with it. Okay. So everybody has an opinion, but no one is willing to take decisions. Sentence number 10. This is the only trick which you require to solve all the questions. A very easy sentence. Most of you will be able to solve it. This part number 2 of this sentence has got a mistake in it. What is the mistake? The mistake is this word which. Rather than having this which, we should have that. Why? Because you remember, those of you who have seen that video on concepts related to pronouns, we had a list of some 5-6 words, right? This word only was also there in that list. And this word only takes which pronoun with it? It takes that, right? So, this is the only trick that you require to solve all the questions. Sentence number 11. My brother says it's his car. I say it is my car. Now, what is the mistake here? The mistake is this my car, because it's a repetition of car, right? So, my brother says it's his car. I say it is mine. Sentence number 12. The best way for us to survive there was to adapt ourselves. Now you remember we had again a list of some words that take reflexive pronouns with them, and adapt was also there in that list, right? And the right reflexive pronoun to use here is not ourself. It should be ourselves. The best way for us to survive there was to adapt ourselves, right? So part number 3 has a mistake in it. Sentence number 13. The teacher was angry because the students absented from the class to watch a movie. Many of us do this, right? People of my age, we have also done this, and I'm sure a lot of you are also doing this. The teacher was angry because the students absented themselves, right? This word absent, it also requires a reflexive pronoun with it, right? And since we are talking about many students here, it should be themselves, right? So part number 2 is the part that has a mistake in it. Okay, sentence number 14. No other batter could fight because no one is as skilled as him. Now what is happening in this sentence? In this sentence we are trying to make a comparison. We are trying to make a comparison between this batter and all other batters, okay? And no other batter is what? This is a subject. We are trying to make a comparison. And we have learnt in our concepts that we can make a comparison only between the similar things, right? Apples can be compared only with apples, right? Oranges can be compared only with oranges. Similarly, a subject can be compared only with a subject, and an object can be compared only with an object. No other batter is what? This is a subject. So it can be compared only with a subject. While him, what is this? This is a objective case. So we require a subjective case. Subjective case is what? He. No other batter could fight because no one is as skilled as he, is what you would say. And third part of the sentence has got a mistake in it. Sentence number 15. This is the best thing which could have happened to me. Now, which part has a mistake? This second part. This is the part that is a mistake here. What is the mistake? The mistake is this word which. It should be that. Why? Because this is the superlative degree. Best is what? It is the superlative degree. And you remember, with superlative degree we require this pronoun that, right? With superlative degree. For those of you who do not know this, you can refer to the video on concepts. All of these things have been explained to you. Okay. Sentence number 16. The four brothers understand each other very well and live happily in the same house. Now, what is the mistake here? First of all, try to see if there is a mistake at all or not. The four brothers understand each other very well and live happily in the same house. Certainly there is a mistake. The mistake is this each other. Why? Because we are talking about four brothers here. So in this case, it should not be each other. It should be one another. Right? It should be one another. Sentence number 17. So in the previous sentence, sentence number 16, it is the second part of the sentence that has got a mistake in it. Okay. Coming to sentence number 17. Between I, you and her, she is the most intelligent. She is most intelligent and beautiful. And the part number 4 is no error. The mistake is actually in the first part of the sentence. Are you able to identify now? See, between is what? Between is a preposition, right? It requires objects after it. That is also correct. So there are two types of mistakes in this sentence. One is the sequence of the pronouns, right? This is a simple sentence, so the sequence should be 231, remember? And the prepositions, they take objects after them, right? They take objects after them. So you is an object, this is fine. Her is an object, this is fine. But I, this is subject. So it should be me. And now what should be the sequence? 231, it means you, her and me, right? Between you, her and me, she is most intelligent and beautiful is what we should say. So it is part number 1 that has got a mistake in it. Okay. Fantastic. So coming to the last set of sentences for today. Sentence number 18. Had we been them, we would have never detained the young artist. And the part number 4 is no error. Where's the mistake in this sentence? Try to identify. Now see, it is this first part of the sentence that has a mistake in it. What is the mistake? In this case, we are trying to compare we and them. We is what? We is a subject. Them is what? Them is an objective case. We cannot compare a subject with an object, right? So rather than them, it should be they. Had we been they, we would have never detained the young artist, is what you would say. Sentence number 19. He has already paid his school fees. We need to pay ours. He has already paid his school fees. We need to pay ours. So basically this is the mistake here, right? These words yours, ours, they don't take an apostrophe with them. You just have to have ours, right? We have already paid. He has already paid his fees. We need to pay ours is what you would say. So part number 3 has a mistake in it. Sentence number 20. You are responsible for your actions and they are responsible for their actions. We have seen a similar sentence in one of the previous slides. You are responsible for your actions, right? And we want to avoid the repetitions, right? So that is why rather than their actions, we'll have theirs. You are responsible for your actions and they are responsible for theirs, right? So with this, I sincerely hope that whatever we have learned in today's video and whatever we have practiced in today's video is going to be useful to you in your placement test and your entrance exams also. And as I have said, if these concepts are not clear to you, you're going to find it very, very difficult in the exam to solve these questions. So make sure that your concepts are clear. And for that, we have got a dedicated video which you can find the link to in the description box below, right? So go to that video and you can watch that video if your concepts are not clear. If you found today's video useful, do give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. To stay updated, you know what do you have to do. You have to subscribe to the channel. So stay connected. I'll see you very soon with a new video. Till then, bye-bye and take care.